Hello there. I like how it restarted the counter. It should have just stayed like on the timer, but I guess it decided not to. I don't know what caused that. That's pretty gnarly. Oh well. We'll stop that now. I need to figure out why that happened later. 06, 2100. I don't know. You would think it would just be fine, but what did that? We'll find out. We'll find out later. Yeah. As you can see, I decided to start a series of live streams specifically catered to drawing Avengers fan art. As we all know, the upcoming movie Endgame is going to be released in, I'd say, 3-4 weeks ish. Today's the 6th, so like, yeah, 20 days. So 3 weeks roughly. And I am not ready. I mean, I did get a ticket and all that. Like, I'm physically ready, but I don't know if I'm mentally ready, you know? Lots of stuff's going to happen in that film. It's about 3 hours long, so yeah, it's going to be a doozy. And making sure I have all my social networking going on. I think we're good now. And if you look at the title of this drawing, you can see that I made it so that it's part 1A. And the reason why is because I'm thinking about moving this stream to Twitch kind of like halfway through. So I'll sketch a bit, like a couple hours here, and then go to Twitch and then do some more over there. It's really just an experiment to see what happens, to see if anyone who's watching would follow me into another site. I doubt it, but it's worth watching. But yeah. Well, I guess we should get to it then. This is going to be interesting because what I'm thinking of doing for this drawing is actually splitting up the canvas into, I would say, 3 different parts in a way. So you'll have, that's why I have this weird guideline thing set up right now. It's you have this top part here. Get on Photoshop real quick. You see this top part here? This is going to be one composition, and then this bottom half right here, or not half, but this bottom third would be another one, and this bottom third would be another one. So you have kind of like 3 different things going on. I've done this before with painting. There was this canvas composition I had where the canvas met up with each other in specific ways, and it would combine to make this larger piece. So that's what I plan on doing. I mean, if you've seen any of the Avengers poster promos, they do that all the time. They'll always have posters where the characters are lined up together. Goku Black, glad you could join the chat. Are there faces? Boy, do you know who I am? We'll see. Any human faces? No. Iron Man? Maybe. We will have to see. I'm thinking of what I'm thinking of doing with this drawing is it's going to reference Endgame. Like, it's going to have a similar kind of storytelling attribute of Endgame in this drawing, but I don't want to actually follow the character models of them within the film. Like, what I want to try and do is I kind of want to adapt their comic book costumes, as well as take my own liberties with their costumes, just so that this fan art is a little bit more, I guess, unique to me, or at least more of a personal interpretation of the characters. I don't want to follow, like, sometimes with my fan art I'll go as accurate as I possibly can with the character, but since comic book characters tend to have numerous, and I mean numerous, variations of interpretation, I decided, what's wrong with me doing one more? So that's what I plan on doing. Also, this canvas is massive. This is like 24 by 36 inches, but it's at 600 DPI, so it's gonna kill my computer if I'm not careful. I bet the moment I start drawing, it's going to be hideous, the processing of my computer. But we'll see. We will all see. Let me get comfortable. We're going to be here for a little bit. I wonder, should I have my tablet set up like this? Usually I just draw on my lap with the tablet. Maybe I should prop it up at an angle just a little bit, like this. Maybe, but that is uncomfortable for my hand. We'll see. We will definitely see. So, we'll, as usual, start with the thumbnail sketches. Let me go ahead and start recording. What do I use to draw on? Are you like what surface? Or do you mean like what technology? Because the technology is you can see on the heads-up display on the live stream. I use the Wacom tablet, but in terms of physically where I put the tablet, I literally just put it on like my legs when I'm sitting, just on my thighs. I just pretend like I'm drawing on a notebook or something, because I don't have space in my room. Yeah, I think it should have the exact model on the heads-up display. Wacom Intuos Pro Medium New Edition, yeah. So if you all ever want to, you can Amazon that. It ain't cheap, I'm gonna warn you right now. It's not the cheapest tablet for what it's worth, because it's like a it's just a graphics tablet. It's not even a screen tablet. I'm just using my monitor. Okay, let me start the thumbnail sketch layer. Thumbnail. And go in with a pencil. Get that nice brush. Noise. Okay. 45. Yeah, hopefully that heads-up display will help answer any questions that might be asked for newcomers or people who are just interested. Yeah, I use Photoshop and Wacom. And oh, you know what? Let me start the what's it called? The Chronos. Boom. All right. So that way we'll be able to tell how long your boy has been drawing on this thing. So let's get to it. I'm thinking for a composition, I want to have the 6 from Avengers, like the OG 6. So we'll have Cap, we'll have Iron Man, we will have Black Widow, we will have Hulk, we will have Thor, and we will have Hawkeye. Yeah, I'm going to try and include all of these guys into the drawing. It's going to be fun. It's going to be dope. Regarding tablets, though, I'm not entirely sure if the one I'm using is the one you should start with for digital art. The reason why I picked one that was expensive was because I've had experience with drawing on tablets before I bought my own. Because at my college, they have a bunch of tablets, both Cintiqs and just graphics tablets. So I've had a fair share of my own experience with it. So when I went to go ahead and buy one, I was like, let me just get a high quality one. But you can easily get one that's not as expensive. Oh, nice. And game comes out on your birthday. That's gonna be interesting, because it's either gonna be a great time or something sad's gonna happen in that film. Although I'm pretty sure just the experience itself was good enough. So it's like, that's pretty cool having Endgame show up on your birthday. Let's see. Oh, and it's gonna have Thanos. I feel like Thanos has to be in this composition, simply because he's the reason the original 6 showed up in the first place. So we're gonna have big boy Thanos in the back. He said, "Dread it, run from it. Destiny still arrives." Yeah, these thumbnail sketches themselves are going to be a problem trying to draw, because they're so that's so like intricate. Infinity War is also on your birthday. That's true, yeah, because that came out the 27th. Today's it's gonna be the 26th when this one comes out. Although technically speaking, if you do late night screenings, then Avengers really did come out in 26th. That's pretty cool. It's for me, I was trying to find tickets, And as you know, the shenanigans of trying to buy tickets that day, earlier this week, I was able to get tickets, but I had to get them on Saturday because all the other show times were either taken or they weren't suitable to my schedule. So I was like, okay, I just have to deal with this. And so I got one for Saturday. Hopefully, I can stay spoiler free. What I'm gonna try and do is just not be online for a hot minute. Just try and keep to myself. Because I mean, even going outside isn't safe at that point. Because even a kid who watched it the day before, like I watched it Saturday, but some kid watched it when it opened up, they could easily ruin it for me by talking to their friend about it, and it's over. Like it's game over. Like so they spoiled it. Like I can't have that happen. So I'm gonna have to be real careful. I'm definitely glad Thanos is wearing the armor again in the movie. It felt like something was missing when he wasn't wearing his armor in the Infinity War. I was like, come on, Thanos, wear the armor. So I'm glad he's definitely wearing it now. But we'll have him fade out here. Yeah, this drawing is gonna be a doozy. I know for a fact I'm not gonna finish it in the typical time frame that I do with these drawings because of just how intricate and detailed I want it to be. Like, this is gonna be a weekly thing. Like I'm gonna be hitting up on this for like in a succession. Even Iron Man himself is gonna be a problem. Like just drawing Iron Man is gonna be a problem for me because of how much detail he has. Turning 14, so like my mom bribed me, so she made me do a bunch of stuff for the day. Well, you scared there? Well, because I mean, if you have a decent number of if you have a decent number of movie theaters near you, I don't think you should be concerned about running out of tickets. Um, but maybe you might not find like a good time, or maybe you might find a time frame that might not be like suitable, like 7, 8. But maybe you might find one in the afternoon. You binge watched a lot of my videos. Nice. I'm glad my videos were binge watch worthy. Yeah, this will definitely take a while, um, but we'll see. Like even this composition right now that I'm doing, I haven't really thought too much about. Like I haven't really put too much thought into it. I thought of like maybe this general composition, but that's about it. So it will definitely be interesting to see what happens here. There's so many things I have to put in consideration that I haven't done prior with other drawings, like proportions, scaling, especially scaling. Like I can't make characters look ridiculously smaller than others if they're not supposed to be. So I'm debating whether or not to give Thor Mjolnir or Stormbreaker. Like right now I'm sketching Stormbreaker, but put Ant-Man into Thanos. Nah. Like I said, it's only going to be the original 6 in this drawing. I like how frequent that meme pops up. It got so powerful to the point where the Russo brothers had to make a public announcement that this will not happen. That I thought was hilarious. The fact that they had to address the issue. I might even give Thor long hair in this, honestly. Like, the idea behind this fan art, or this drawing specifically, is the Avengers aren't... I don't want them to look like they do in the movie. I kind of want them to look more like what they're typically seen as in the comics. So, like, Iron Man, he always has, like, different suits, so I can do whatever I want with him. But, like, Hawkeye, he should have, like, a mask and stuff going on, you know? Thor should have his helmet. You know, Captain America should have like wings coming off his head, that kind of stuff. Where am I gonna put Cap? I've already run out of space, and I only have 4 of the Avengers. Let's see. Shoot, we could have Cap right here, flying, just like taking off with his shield. Yeah, no, this will definitely not be the first thing that I'm gonna be drawing. Like this live stream most likely will consist of me just doing thumbnails, just so I can plan out accordingly what I want. Black Widow, where should you play? Stormbreaker, because he's more powerful than cool. I mean, I guess we could just do Stormbreaker. Yeah, Black Widow over here. Wait. Have you seen the video where Thanos shrinks down and goes into... So the role is reversed? Is that what you're telling me? Oh my goodness. I have not seen that video, but I think I have a feeling as to where that's going. Okay, and that's an okay start. I'll definitely have to think more about the what is it called? Think more about the composition and scaling of the characters. I think I definitely want Hulk jumping in the air, so we'll have him just right like around here. You know that like iconic Hulk jump? He did it in Thor, where he just jumps up in the air and just like is getting ready to destroy whatever is in his path. Now that this meme is over, I can continue my quest. Oh man, that's pretty funny. I'm gonna have tons of fun with drawing Hulk's hands, because Hulk's hands are typically very thick and like short in proportion, but they're overall massive. So it gets me a chance to kind of explore different hand shapes. Like I don't have to do the conventional regular sized hand. Now I can do more aggressive blocky hands, and that sounds interesting, honestly. Man, this drawing is gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be a doozy. How did you get into drawing? Honestly, I cannot answer that question. At least not genuinely, because the thing is, my memory goes as far as I've been drawing. Like, I can't remember when I wasn't drawing, if that makes sense. I can answer why I've kept drawing, and that's because I've always liked the idea of being able to, kind of amaze people. Like, I don't know, I like the idea that someone could make something and then someone responds to it in a very emotional way and be like, whoa, this is awesome. And so, as I was growing up, I always wanted to create that same emotion through my own work. It's like, isn't this cool? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, awesome. And that was part of the reason as to why I kept drawing. And then the other part of it is just the ability to create something is cool. Like being able to just make whatever you want. In fact, what I'm majoring in right now is industrial design, and that career is a whole about like being able to design things to help solve issues that you could find in the world. So, yeah. I guess that would be why I got into drawing, or at least why I stuck with it. It's just cool. I like to do cool things. Honestly, that's one of my goals in life, just being able to do cool stuff. Let's see. Yeah, we can have Hulk right there. And since Hulk and Thor are low key buddies now, we can have we can have them both in the air. I should find a spot to put Iron Man in. I'll have Iron Man low key in the center because he's the beginning of this whole MCU shindig. So he's got to be front and center. You know what I'm saying? He's got to be, bruh. Captain America, he might be the captain of the team, but like he can't really be. Well, we can have them both in the. You see why this is going to take a long time. I have to think about all of these things. I have to think about the context of this drawing. I have to think about the overall artistic merit of this drawing. It's going to be a doozy, man. This is going to be a doozy. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm going to turn off the snapping. can't have Thor as big as Hulk though, so we gotta shrink that more down. I think if you should draw another thumbnail, have Thanos from the front so you can show the gauntlet and the stones. Yeah, we could do something like that. We'll see what happens. You know what? Oh wait, this is kind of cool. I just thought about something. We can have the Avengers in pairs for this drawing. So like, for example, this is a pair, Thor and Hulk. This right here is going to be Hawkeye and Black Widow. And here is going to be Cap and Iron Man. Yeah, let's get it. I got a chance to take archery back when I was in, well, I can't say it back when I was in, I'm still am in college, but during my sophomore year, I got a chance to draw a bow, and that was pretty cool. It was like, I really feel like Hawkeye right now. Like, yo, archery's pretty cool. I think I was getting okay at it too. Like, I was getting the hang of it. If you haven't tried archery, I highly recommend it. I'm trying to think of like the posture of someone taking an arrow on their knee. It's like which leg? So I guess the leg that is going up is the one that's closest to the one that's drawing back. So like that. It seems feels about right. Yeah. Nice. So we can have Hawkeye over here. And Hawkeye's going to be interesting because it's either going to be Hawkeye or it's either going to be Ronin. Like, that's the question. Ronin or is this spelled with an I or an A? I think it's an I. Anyway, archery is so fun. My TV teacher is gonna let me fire bow and arrow for a free period. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And so we'll have to have Iron Man over here. Doing it because that persona of Clint Barton is new. Show him some love. Show him some love. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. You don't. I'm assuming not much fan art exists of Ronin. If I remember correctly, his costume design in the comics is like mostly black. Was there like a yellow trim to it? Circle. I honestly prefer circle arc most of the time. Triangle arc, I mess with, but I feel like circle arc is the go-to. Like that's the, no matter what, it's always gonna be that circle. Am I gonna keep his new hairstyle? Um, well, it depends. If I go for like a Ronin with no mask, maybe, but I don't know. It really depends on whether or not I go full mask or unmasked Hawkeye. Because like I said, I'd rather take my own liberties with it. I don't know. His hairstyle is interesting. That mohawk thing he's got going on. I'm trying to think of a I'm trying to think of a way to draw Black Widow without making her look how do you say, without making her look like she shouldn't be in the composition. Because you got Hawkeye over here, or Ronin, he's drawing his bow, right? You got Iron Man, he's about to shoot a repulsor blast. You got Cap, he's about to throw his shield. You got Thor, he's about to strike some lightning or something, or attack him with his axe. You got Hulk literally flying towards him. What should the Black Widow do? I mean, I could have her holding a gun, but like, man, what's a gun going to Thanos? You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you can say the same thing with Captain America's shield. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. We could have her just like running towards him, like charging. So that's one way we can do it. I need to be careful not to make her muscly though. I'm drawing all these like these people with muscles, but she doesn't have any, so. We can have her just charging. Like charging towards him. Yeah, just like that. That'd be cool. So this is probably something this is probably what I'm trying to go for now. Hulk takes up a little bit too much space here. If I want to have Thanos be just popping up over there. Zoom him out. Yeah, that feels more comfy. And then of course, Azam, how you doing? This is a direct homage to the Infinity Gauntlet comic book cover, where he has his like fist in front of his face. But I don't know if I want to keep that composition simply because it's not very original of me. I mean, most of these poses aren't original at all. Iron Man repulsive, like, come on. But I don't know. It's a start. I have this like slight paranoia of originality because in the end of the day, nothing is actually really original. Everything is derived from something else. My mission, at least when drawing these things, is to try and be as original as I can be. And with comics, that's very hard because everyone has had millions of interpretations of these characters. So I don't know. We'll see. Good Lord, it's hot in my room. I'm doing great. Okay, well, I'm doing okay. You know, I'm just kind of going through the motions right now, trying to graduate. Also trying to build up this YouTube channel. But yeah, I mean, things are going all right. That's something. That's something we can mess around with. Yeah, this is getting closer to what I would like as a thumbnail. I still think I need to work on the proportions and scaling and overall perspective of the drawing. Those I still want to work on. Also, guys, we're at 960 something subscribers. That's pretty intense. Like, come on, guys. That's pretty awesome. Thank you for the support. I think we're at what, 963? That's fresh. 963 subscribers is pretty fresh. We're almost there. We're almost at 1,000. I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna release a shading tutorial. Let's see. What do we have here? Someone sent me a message on Insta. It's a friend of mine. Let's see. So that's one thing we can do right here. We could do like a weird play on perspective. Like we can have, I don't know, maybe Thanos coming up from like here. He's kind of looking down, like this type situation. And wow, it's really hot in this room. Like, I know I complained about that earlier, but this is ridiculous. Hold on. Yeah, that's wild. I wanted to keep it quiet in here, but I gotta open the door. This is wild. It's a lot of background noise in the back. That's why I wanted to close the door, but I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can keep the door closed and not burn up. That's cool. That's fine. If it gets too loud, I don't know. I might just change the thermostat or something. Yeah, there's a lot of background noise. Oh my goodness. It's either I die or I hear too much background noise. What do I do? What do I do, guys? Die in the heat or cut off the background noise? Because really, I'm worried about the background noise for you guys. If you guys don't mind it, then I guess I'll leave it like that. But ugh. A suggestion for the video. What is your suggestion? Also, to answer your question, Azam, I did buy some Avengers Endgame tickets. Ghost Rider. Huh. Ghost Rider would be interesting. Interesting indeed. Huh. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking, I'm running it through my head right now how I would go about drawing Ghost Rider. I think that might be the first time someone suggested that character to me. It's an interesting take here. I'm basically doing like a top view of Thanos here. Yeah, I'm trying to update Iron Man's head or positioning because he looks a little bit too scared here. He's like, Thanos. He looks too scared. He looks like he's quivering in like under the weight of him. So I gotta make him look like he's, standing strong against Thanos. Okay. Got his armor here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take serious liberty with Iron Man's armor. Like it's not gonna look like anything specifically, but it will definitely take inspiration from various things. A Ghost Rider would be cool when you have so many Ghost Rider options: Johnny Blaze, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes. Yeah, there's a variety of Ghost Riders I could mess around with. I don't know. It's something I'll think about. Put on my list. I say I'll put it on my list. I don't have an actual list, but I do remember some of the suggestions some of my watchers and people who seen my art asked me to do. Like I still remember one guy who asked me to do drawing of Mega Man on the Smash Amino. I never forgot. So I'll see. I'll put it on my list. I should actually make a list, like the Aziz Draws fan art list. That way, in the event that I ever run out of ideas, or if I like I'm stuck one year or one day and be like, hey, what do I draw? I can always look back and refer to the list. You have a list, and the top is the new Hellboy, and I kept saying I'll draw him today, but that was last week. Hellboy, yeah. I haven't honestly haven't gotten much into Hellboy or the storyline. I've been aware of his character for years, but I never really like got into it as as a as a fan or just as interest. I know that new movie's coming out. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the new movie. I should probably rewatch the other ones because I vaguely remember them. All of those movies came out when I was really young, so even if I might have seen a movie, odds are I didn't remember what went down in the film, or I might not have fully understood the film. Because I think the first Hellboy came out when, like, '04 maybe? And by that time I was like 7. So, I don't know what's going on with his legs right there. I'm going to have to fix that some other time. It just looks really weird right now. I'm going to have. How can I lower that higher? My favorite Avenger? Mm, I might not have one per se. Um, and when you say favorite Avenger, do you mean the original six, or do you mean just like any Avenger that might have been part of the like organization throughout comics? Because if the second question is true, then I'm just gonna say Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is my first favorite Marvel character, and therefore is always my favorite Marvel character. Like, he's on his own list. He has his own specific list. Out of the original six, I don't know. I mean, I think Cap is pretty chill. Like, the movies have an influence on who I think is pretty cool from the original six. Like, after Winter Soldier, I was like, all right, Captain America is the coolest Avenger in here. After Infinity War, I'm like, all right, Thor is the coolest Avenger here. You know, it's like stuff like that. So, I will say I did enjoy anytime Hulk showed up on the screen for the first Avengers film. Like, out of all the characters, that was the one I was most hyped for. I was like, all right, let's see how they do the Hulk. Let's see how they do the Hulk. Because the last time we saw the Hulk was before Avengers 1 was 2008. So I was really hyped to see how they would handle that character. So, but I mean, now I don't know. I'm not sure what who my favorite Avenger is. There will be lightning. There will always be lightning. Because it's Thor. You didn't like Civil Winter Soldier as much? Civil War is pretty cool. I feel like, me personally, I think Winter Soldier has more of a replay value than I think Civil War does. In terms of like overall story, but in terms of like who's in the movie, like character wise, Civil War is pretty dope. Because it's got Spider-Man, it's got Black Panther. It's like it's basically an Avengers film, but they break up, so it doesn't feel as good. It's the background noise, my sister and brother. The background noise is mostly my sister. And then my parents are conversing with a friend of theirs. So they're having a good time talking. That's what you hear in the background. But yeah, most of that noise is coming from my sister. You know what? As much as I like this pose here for Hulk, I'm gonna change it simply because so many artists have done it. So, like, I literally just saw this pose like a couple weeks ago, and it was from Alex Ross, and I was like, darn it. As I was drawing it, I was like, this is a pretty cool. Never mind. Like it's overdone, bro. I don't want to be just another fan artist. I want to be that fan artist where you're like, he's got some fresh stuff. He's got that new. Check him out. You know, I want to at least try and make my artwork distinguishable. This is pretty cool. I like where this is going. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still run. T-pose? You saying I'm trying to do a T-pose? Alright, let's get it. Yes, I do have a brother. I do indeed have a brother. In fact, my brother, he's actually watching Dragon Ball Z for the first time. He's heard of Dragon Ball for a while, but this is his first watch. I think he's watching Kai, which honestly is the better route to go for if you're trying to watch Dragon Ball Z for the first time. Nice. I like where this is going. Let's see. Marvel, Marvel forgot about Ghost Rider. Because I know they had Ghost Rider in Agents of Shield, but I never actually caught up with the show. So like the only times I'd ever watch it was with my buddies from college. Like every now and then they'd watch an episode, so I'd be like, "What's going on?" And they'd give me a quick synopsis of it. Because I know well and good I won't be able to catch up. Like it's just I don't know. But yeah, that's a thing. I like I like Thanos here, where he's kind of like an up down thing. Um, and it's like this weird play on things because like everyone's going up like this, but then Thanos is still looking down at them. Whereas over here, it's more natural of a positioning. It makes him look like a giant they're going up against. Whereas here, it's a distinct play of perspective because the entire time it's going like this, like it's going this way, and then all of a sudden Thanos comes in like hello, like it's a conflict of perspective. Whereas this is a continuous flow of perspective, which is more natural. Same thing for this. It just all makes Thanos look big. Whereas here it's like he's big, but you can tell he's not really there per se. So maybe I can do that instead. Um, so there's ways I can go about it. Ghost Rider was dope in Season of Shield. Yeah, I mean, the times I watched it, I was like, oh okay, this is pretty chill. Cause that was which Johnny Blaze is that? I think that was the Robbie Reyes Johnny Blaze. Yes, Kai is superb. I know people have opinions because of Gohan's voice, but actually sounds like a kid. I also adore the music in Kai. It has variety. It's not always playing rock techno. I too have conflicted feelings about the score as well as Gohan's voice. Do I have any art tips and tricks? Let me see. What would I? Because I don't know what would be considered a trick. Maybe some tips. I can probably offer some tips. Like what I'm doing right now, this is a tip. Like this thumbnail sketching, real useful. Because you don't have to worry about putting so much detail into your sketch. it's designed specifically for you to understand the basics of your composition, because you can go in as much as you want with detail, but if your overall composition sucks, man, your whole drawing just crumbles. Like, it's basically a structural thing. Drawing thumbnails are very useful because look at this. I have 3 variations of the same overall composition, but I've gone about it, specific ways. Like over here, I was like, okay, we'll split up into 3 and put them in pairs. Over here, I was like, okay, let's change the perspective of Thanos. Over here, I was like, okay, where are these characters going to be? Like, it helped me develop, my concept, because I was doing them in thumbnails rather than just, going in and then trying to sketch and then trying to fix stuff. It would be more hectic for me to try that. So yeah, thumbnail sketches, very useful, very helpful. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10 with thumbnail again. What would be another tip? Another tip that I would use. I don't know if this is genuinely helpful per se, but when I do color blocking, if you've watched my other videos, and I know you did, you told me you just binge watched them, but if you've noticed, like, pay attention to my layers, and you'll realize I never actually draw on the layer itself. I always draw on the mask of the layer. Like, all my line work and all my color blocking, that all takes place, and the shading all takes place on the layer mask. Because when you color the full layer, you have the option of changing the color anytime you want. So that's why I do it. And I mean, it's more useful for my drawing style, because I have a systematic form of doing it. Like, there's layers, I separate all my line work. For something where you're painting, that's not as useful, but you could probably still have it be helpful. So I don't know, those are 2 tricks or 2 tips that I have right now. I should add that in tutorial. I should put that in the tutorial video. What other pose would I want Thanos to be in? Or Cap? At this point now, I'm pretty comfortable with this composition. So maybe what I'll do is, and also to save time, is I'll copy this specific drawing and I'll just put in variations of it on the other sides. Because this is a decent amount of stuff to be drawing. So we can have one here. We can have one here. We can have one here. It's Gucci. So we can do that. And I can see what parts of it I might want to mess around with. Like, for example, Hawkeye here. He's standing on a cliff. No one else is on a cliff except Clint. So I don't know if I want to keep that. But at the same time, it's very rare to see Hawkeye shooting arrows midair. I mean, there is that cool scene he has in the first Avengers where he does that. But it's not common. It doesn't happen very often for Hawkeye to do that. So I don't know. We can see what we can do with that. We can also have him standing too, on a cliff. I know I just said, why is he on a cliff? But honestly, it's like, why wouldn't he be on a cliff? He's on a high ground, Well, not cliff, but just an elevated ground. I also need to be mindful of the orientation. Like, you see, he's kind of tilted, whereas Iron Man and them, they're less tilted. So that's something I need to be careful with as well. But I think we're okay for now. Like, I would want his leg to kind of increase in size as it gets closer to the camera, if you will. What if you had Thanos really big on one side and the Avengers flying at him from an angle? So you mean like he takes care of one half of the composition, like on, let me say, like have him on the left, and then have the Avengers flying at him? If I'm understanding what you're saying, hold on. Let me finish up Clint real quick. Mm, that's disgusting. Seeing all those repeated versions of the sketch. If I understand what you mean, and I do mean if you're saying like have like Thanos right here. Actually, no. Have Thanos like right here, and maybe have I don't know, maybe have his gauntlet here or something. The roughest of sketches. And then maybe I don't know. The whole squad is just coming at him from here. Is that what you mean? I mean, I could easily be misinterpreting what you were suggesting. Clementine, what's up? Will there be faces? Nah. But I am just simulating what's good, what he was suggesting. I probably will just stay with like the this kind of thing going on, only because, like I mentioned, I wanted to separate the canvases. This one would be more difficult to separate. Like this would have to be one giant cut, like right here. But we'll see. Sort of have him facing forward and looking up at the Avengers flying at him. Interesting. Eh, eh, eh. For his chin. Yeah, we could have maybe Thor here and then lightning. There's just lightning everywhere. The cap. This is a pretty cool composition, I suppose. And then Hawkeye back there. Hawkeye's down here on some cliff, something, because he can't fly. Black Widow shouldn't even be up here. I don't know. It's something. It's something. That'd be kind of gnarly having Thanos be such a huge, imposing figure. Because I mean, it does send the message like, yo, this is the big boss. Like, don't mess with him. That's pretty chill. That's I do enjoy the suggestions. Oh. Interesting. Oof. Let's see. Standing Hawkeye looks kind of cool. Standing Hawkeye looks kind of cool. The only problem with Standing Hawkeye is he doesn't look like he belongs in this composition. Like, you got all these people flying and he's just kind of standing. We would need a counter, almost like a symmetrical counter going on. But I do like this whole like perspective thing. That's what I like about it. I don't know. There's something else we can do. There's something else we gotta be able to do about that. Let's see what else we can do. But yeah, I wouldn't. The only issue I have with this is I wouldn't want Thanos to look like a legit giant. Like, I don't want him to look like an actual giant. I mean, of course, we could easily remediate that with just like adding effects and stuff, making him look like he's kind of fading away, emphasizing on that kind of thing, make him look like he's part of the environment. All of that can be done. All of this is possible. That's the nice thing about art. You can do whatever you want. No one cares enough. Just enough to make it enjoyable. This is also like a mental break for me. Like, it still requires a lot of mental consideration. Like, I have to think about what I'm drawing to make sure it looks right. All that stuff is nice, but it's not like design where it's like, hey, if you don't get this right, you're gonna kill someone. Like with art, it's like, oh, this is nice, but like, I don't know. It's a nice change of pace from trying to design stuff at school, trying to make a leaf blower that doesn't kill someone, trying to make a car that doesn't like crash the moment you start driving it. The tension is much less. On this one, I'm changing like the way his hand is formed. Like, it still has the gauntlet in there, but it's just more his hand is more expressive than just a fist. Because I've caught on to the in the movie when he's using his gauntlet, like if he's like singling out a specific stone, an Infinity Stone, sometimes he'll clench his fist, but he'll typically have his fist open first. Like, he'll kind of have it in an aggressive manner. A perfect example of it is when they encounter him on Titan, and they begin to battle him. Um, he after he gets hit by the ship that Iron Man sends flying towards him, and where he's like yelling in rage, he like aggressively clenches his fist to use one of the stones. So that's kind of where I'm deriving this hand positioning from. I'm gonna have Hawkeye a little bit more accurate to the perspective of it. Like when I actually go for the full like fledged sketch um, to do the actual work, I'm gonna have to put in I might have to put Lazy Nezumi to good use. That's good, but wouldn't it be hard to draw the metal shaping the bend at the wrist? Regarding the that position, um, not necessarily, because I probably will be taking liberties with the gauntlet as well, but only to a certain extent because I still wanted to follow some of the designs we've seen both in the comics and in the film. Um, but yeah, no, I know what you mean because there's a on the gauntlet there's this kind of like overlay of the wrist, like a wrist guard of sorts. And yeah, you're right. It would interfere with the forearm piece. So I can only go so far with the way his hand is shaped. Like for example, this. Yeah, you're probably talking about this right here, the wrist guard, and then you have the rest of the gauntlet. So I mean, yeah, no, I'll definitely like keep that in mind, um, and I'll just uh, be mindful when I'm drawing the detailing and all that. Because I mean, this is still the sketch phase. I wonder. I have an idea for another Iron Man pose. Although the one he's in right now is pretty good. So another one I was thinking about doing is having him kind of face all the way forward. Well, not all the way forward, but kind of like he's not coming in at the side. He's kind of like doing this number. He might take more space though if I do this, but we'll see. Yeah, the curve. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it shouldn't really be too big an issue. Worst comes to worst, we adapt. So yeah, that was another pose I was thinking about doing. Although this one is pretty chill. I think I like that one more. This is gonna be a massive drawing. This whole thing is gonna be ridiculous. So let's see. So Blue Widow over here will have to adjust more to the perspective of this thing. And I think Thor is pretty okay. I'm pretty set on Hulk's positioning though. This I'm pretty sure I'm keeping. Thor, that's his typical go-to positioning. He'll like fly towards his opponent with his hammer. So I mean, it's not really too much we can do with that. We could. What would be another pose we could have Thor in? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's very Thor. Like for him to fly towards you like that. So we'll keep it like that. His hand here. I don't know. It'll be a little bit more. Like this is okay, but I don't like the way that hand is angled. It doesn't really show off the gauntlet as well. So we could have it more direct facing. Maybe have it so it's like it's basically that positioning of where he clenches his fist, but I would rather have his hands a little bit more open. Like I kind of like the way this hand looks now because from like a storytelling standpoint, it's almost as if the Avengers are trying to stop him from clenching his fist again. Like, because it reminds me of that scene where they're fighting Thanos and Titan, and the way they stop him from using the gauntlet is when he can't close his fist. Like, literally, the bands of Sidorak that Crimson bands of Sidorak that Doctor Strange uses is like Well, no, it wasn't the bands. It was his cape. It was his can't remember the name of his cape, which is embarrassing. But it was basically closed his fist. I was like, it closed his hand, but in a way that his fist couldn't like be closed. And I thought that was interesting. So maybe for this drawing, we could have his hand open, but there's a reasoning behind it, and that's because um, he's about to use the gauntlets again, but the Avengers are there trying to stop him from using it. We could like literally he's trying to stop the fist from closing. So that's cool. I have this is what you call post rationalization. When you make a decision, an artistic decision, and you try to give it reason. That is exactly what I'm doing right now. That's another art tip. Post rationalization. give give reason to why you made a decision. That's cool. That's chill. I like this. I like the hand positioning of this, but I think I prefer the Iron Man shape of that. I think I prefer Iron Man in this position. Cap, maybe we can fix Cap. I don't know. Cap looking a little bit weird in this area. That's for sure. So, how can we fix Cap? How can we fix Cap? The cloak of levitation. See, I was thinking it was something more complex than that, but thank you. Cloak of levitation. I don't know. I thought it was some like weirdly named one, but cloak of levitation. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't remember that. Like I remember Eye of Agamotto, but I don't remember Cloak of Levitation. Like that's nuts. You know what we could do? Pretty. I have an interesting perspective for Cap. Like Cap could also be standing, but he's kind of in a positioning where, um, what's it called? He's in a position where he's standing, but he's so close to the perspective of the camera that he's starting to like increase in size. Like this number here, like his hand is expanding. It's similar to what I did for the Captain America drawing months back, like when I was fresh on the resurrection of my channel. I drew a very similar positioning for his shield, where it's like this going on. I should have him looking up more though. I don't know. That's pretty cool. Like this positioning. I think I like this more than that. So yeah, you can see I'm slowly but surely improving. The hand that Cap has, that's really big and close to us. Yeah, it's comic booky. Like I want it to convey some intrigue. You know, I don't want it to be too stiff, because I don't like that. I don't like it when it's too stiff. But I'm glad it conveyed a sense of comic book nature, because it's, you know, I am adapting this artwork so that it's kind of like a mix between um, the movie and as well as the comic books that the story is derived from. You know, I'm low key trying to like channel my inner Alex Ross again. he's he's really good at making stuff look very real, but still feel very comic book. Like all of his characters look like real people you've seen down the street, but the way that he conveys his artwork through his color choice, his contrast, and you know overall composition, it still feels very much like a comic book. So it's like these people are real, but they're not. It's wild. It's wild how he does that. All right, so there are some things that I like about this, and there are some things I like about the other ones. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna basically Frankenstein this sketch. This is another tip. Copy your sketches and just tweak them a little bit if you like it overall. Like if you like the drawing in for the most part, but you want to tweak things, but you want to see how they end up looking, this is an excellent way to do it. Just copy your sketch. If you're doing this traditionally, it's a little bit more difficult, but you can still like, you can just draw over like with another sheet of paper or something. When you first saw Alex Ross's drawings, I was tripping out. He's insane. Like he's so good. He's amazing at it, man. It's just ridiculous. You know it's ridiculous because he's got himself his own like his own what you call it, like his own catalog of stuff in the museum right now. I forget. I think it's in Chicago. It's in Illinois. I know that for sure, but I don't know if it's in Chicago. Marvelocity? Yeah, no, that's insane. He has his own like basically museum run going on right now. He needs his own museum. He's nuts, man. He's nuts. So we'll erase Iron Man here because what I want to do is I'm going to get the Iron Man from the other one. In fact, since Captain America's doing this whole perspective thing, I might even do this or provide the same treatment with Iron Man because he's close. Like I want like the two leading guys for the Avengers to be up close and personal with a view of this drawing. I want Hulk and Thor to be up front because, you know, let's be honest, they're the strongest they're the strongest Avengers in this group, so it would feel natural for them to be the first to go at Thanos. So yeah. When drawing, always draw with reason. Okay, not all the time, but draw with some reason. Draw with purpose. For if you do not draw with purpose, it can be seen. Like we can have Iron Man's hand kind of like expand a little bit over here. Yeah, that looks pretty dope. It just looks like chicken scratch right now, but trust me, it looks dope in my head. It looks cool in my head. Let's see. Have I seen the Joker trailer? I actually haven't. Not yet. I've seen like people talk about it. Um, it seems like people like it though. Am I right or wrong about that? I've seen people talk about it in positive light. Um, so that's cool. Yeah, I should definitely check it out. What you think? Should I watch it midstream and then let you guys know? Yeah, it's starting to look pretty good. I don't know. That's my opinion. It could look pretty bad to somebody else. Like Cap's shield is nowhere near as big as it should be. Like his shield is supposed to be gigantic. We can make his hand just a smidge smaller, so it looks so the shape of the shield isn't um, underwhelmed or overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. His hand is looking real nasty right now, but
Hi.
how you just gonna jump in the stream like that?
I don't know. What are you drawing?
The Avengers.
No, like what are you drawing?
The Avengers.
No, but what person of the Avengers are you drawing?
I'm drawing Captain America right now.
Thank you. And who else were you drawing before I came here?
All these people. Hulk. Black
Can
Widow,
you like screen
Iron
it
Man.
up so I can see?
These are just thumbnail sketches. See? It's just variations of it.
How come your phone goes last?
What do you mean last?
It's doing everything repeating.
That's called the delay.
Ew. Hey, what happened to the game?
Okay.
The game that mom was trying. Oh, it's still loading.
Joker. Joker is one of those things where it's like, alright, if I do a fan art of Joker, it's gotta be special. Like, it's gotta be dope in all kinds of ways. Yes.
What? Can I tell the people that are watching something?
You wanna tell them that you're watching something?
No, can I tell the people that are watching something?
What do you wanna tell them?
Okay. I want to tell them that.
Because they can hear you.
I want to tell them that I can, whenever you have a camera, then you can make a video and put it on YouTube, and you could do one of me and you drawing whatever we want.
Yes. Exactly.
And
Yeah. Eventually, when I have monies, I will buy a camera so that when I'm live streaming, not
how
only
about you get the camera that you had in NC State?
well, that's when I rent cameras, and I can't always be renting a camera for the live stream. I need my own camera so that I can use it whenever, because there's a time limit. I can't use it every day.
You can only use it sometimes?
Yeah, I can't use it all the time.
I'm gonna flat iron my hair tomorrow. Well, not I, but Mom is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
What?
Mom goes, whenever she's at parties, she always lives.
She always live streams?
Yes, and it goes on Facebook.
Well then.
Aziz, I'm uploading this game. Look. Well, Mom did the password and stuff. But look.
Dance Clash Ballet versus Hip Hop
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
And I think I'm gonna go with hip hop. I'm really good with hip hop moves. You see?
Yeah, I gotta go out. I gotta go all out with Joker. That's just there really isn't an option, you know. Like you have to do.
Why does Joker have so many lipstick? Because like the lipstick goes through here.
Cause Joker is crazy.
And a villain. He holds a knife all the time.
Precisely. He's a fan of knives.
How come Harley Quinn likes Joker?
Cause Harley crazy too.
But still, she doesn't have. Well, sometimes her lipstick gets on her face, but not all the time. I guess she just redoes it. Look how slow this can load.
Whoops. Maybe it's a large game.
Of course I have to flip it like this. What do you think it is? A man jumping in? Look at this. Just look at this.
That look like heavy duty graphics. All those 3D models and
Yes, so I have to be doing this the whole entire time. Aziz, is it fine if I can let them hear the game?
no, they can't hear the game.
Why?
Cause copyright.
No, Aziz, it's just the game. They're like, they're
Yeah.
not real talking.
Okay, but
They're fake talking.
But these people out here, they be scouting for people like me, small channels, so that they can pounce and take as much money as they can. And I ain't really trying to let that happen.
Aziz, that's how they get their own job or buy something expensive.
Yeah, but
That's how they get their job and buy something expensive.
Yeah.
Or something that's not on sale.
but sometimes it's not okay how they do it. Sometimes it's immoral. Sometimes it's intrusive. Sometimes it's not cool. Yes.
Mom said whenever she has enough money, then she can give me a kite.
Why do you want a kite?
To fly up in the sky. I want to see how high I can fly.
You might lose that kite if you ain't careful.
How old do you think I am? Do you think I'm 3?
You're 6, so twice as much.
I'm not 3.
But
My mom was thinking, this lady, she was like, Dad opened the door. And she was like, the lady that sells clothes. And I'm like, huge. Lord of mercy, I'm going to die right now. But not real die, fake die. That's kidding. You know what I mean, don't you?
maybe?
Okay, you don't.
Question mark?
Yes! It uploaded. Dun, 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 dun. Dana. Dana. Dana, na, 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 na. Allowed.
Can't just be coming in here like this. Turn that down.
Okay, I'll turn it down. Better? You see? What do you think I'm doing? Look. Of course I have to do that. I'll be back.
Nah, you don't understand, bruh. She always does this. She always comes in and just like does whatever she wants. Yes.
Do you think I should do hip hop or ballerina?
I don't even know at this point.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a set of tie to go. If you want it, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. My mother wants me to pick that one. And that is it. I'm doing ballerina.
Okay.
Dude, you can't even hear anything. Like, you can't.
Mm.
So, people don't have to worry about it. All you does here is a beat. You hear no talking. Do you like my jean? Do you like my jean dress?
Looks nice.
Thanks. Mom bought it for me. It's adorable. I mean, not adorable, but nice.
Hmm.
No, we're not here for gymnasts. What?
Nothing.
Then why were you laughing?
Nothing. Which ballerina shoes do you think is good? None of them. They all suck.
Ah, don't say that. It's fine, red one. Please. Aziz, I got red shoes. I got red shoes, Aziz.
Nice.
Let's deal with her hair.
I just realized I naturally made this in an angle. Like it's going in like this almost. That's pretty cool. I didn't even mean to do that, but I kind of like it.
Oh man, bro.
It's kind of going like that. Nice.
No,
Nice. All right. This
no
guy's...
way I'm uploading this.
What is it? What are you? What? See, I can't be having these ads in my video.
I know. These be happen all the time when I play games.
Mute.
Even... Sorry.
Mute. We're gonna mute that.
There's no way you can mute it because you
And
just
you know
turned
what?
off my phone.
Whoops. And I think I'll do the lens flare thing with the gauntlet up too, because that'll be pretty fresh. Have it. Ooh, this drawing
make
is
me
going to
mad.
be
Don't make
ridiculous. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. This drawing is
No,
going
there
to...
can't be two ads.
Why are you interrupting my speech?
Sorry.
This drawing is going to be ridiculous. Comic Geek, what's your favorite drawing? What is my favorite drawing? Like, I don't even know. From a popularity standpoint, Gogeta is one of my favorite drawings because it's one of those drawings that helped resurrect my channel, basically. Someone finds it on DeviantArt, they're like, oh, this is cool. And then they post it on their video. They get 5 million views and I get 3,000. It's cooler in my head than the way I just explained it, but that's one of my favorite drawings, just from like my channel has come back to life standpoint. Another favorite drawing of mine that I've made, I don't know. I liked the Spider-Man drawing I made. That one I thought was pretty cool because it kind of helped me. It's like a representation. It helped me think about what I want to do with the art style I'm going for. So I was still discovering what I could do with it. And it's just, I like the overall design of it. That's one of my favorite ones. Another favorite drawing of mine. I don't know. I kind of like the Naruto one and the Avatar drawing.
Oh my
Avatar
God.
drawing is pretty cool too.
Are these?
Yes.
Can you like make Wonder Woman drawings sometime?
I already drew Wonder Woman.
No, you drew Wonder Woman with Batman.
No.
I mean Batgirl.
No.
I mean Supergirl.
No.
Then who?
It was Raven.
Well, make Supergirl this sometime.
What do I mean come back to life, resurrect? Well, as you can see, my channel has been here since 2009.
Since I wasn't even born.
You weren't even born. Like, it's been 10 years since this channel has existed, but there was a time when my channel was actually doing really well in terms of views. Back in 2012, I was getting a bunch of views, but I didn't post regularly. So what happened was, eventually my YouTube channel just kind of fell into obscurity, and no one knew about it for a while. And so now in college, I was like, I kind of want this to come back. I kind of want to, bring my channel back up. So last year I made it a mission for me to bring my channel back to like its former glory in a way, if not better glory. So that's what I really mean by resurrection. This channel's been here for a long time, but I haven't really used it as much as I have now.
Sam or Son?
Why are you putting all this noise on my chat?
Chupa.
I was low-key having this ASMR type experience. You come in here and just crash, and you think it's okay? All this noise? Turn that down.
No.
Turn.
No.
Turn.
No. I'm not.
But yes, this right here, cha-ching. This is the sketch, guys. This is where this is going.
Have some pace.
Man, I like it. I like this. I like this a lot. We made some progression, guys. We went from this was the first sketch, and I was just like, "What is this? What is this? You got Cap up here. What are you doing up there? Look, Iron Man look wonky. Black Widow's in front of him shooting. Like, it looks so awkward." So we went from here, and we were like, "Oh, pairs." We were getting somewhere, but this looked too stale. And then that came. Whoops. That's gonna look bad on the screen.
Aziz, look at these dance moves.
And then we have this guy, and we were getting more and more refined with our compositioning. Here's where we started like playing around more with like Hawkeye looking better. This here, more variation. Captain America looks cooler here. Like all this stuff.
So I'm probably gonna win.
Now we're here. This is what we're gonna do, guys. This is it. This is the one.
I'm probably gonna win.
You're gonna win
I think
against the CPU.
This is not my crew.
This ain't your crew.
Mom's here. Mom.
She'll be back eventually. We will copy this and put it in another layer. So we have all of our thumbnails. Whoops. Whoa. And we will scale it up to this. Excellent.
No, I lost.
Why are you coming in here yelling and all?
I lost.
Oh my goodness.
Well, look, I lost.
You lost?
Mm-hmm. She won. I lost.
How you... Wait, how does this... What's the points? Because I thought you have more points. Is it because she has less points she won?
No, it's probably because you have more best dance moves.
Oh, I see.
Ay, ay, ay.
This layer is going to be
I'm
named
so itchy all the time.
The Chosen.
Okay, now she's
thumbnail.
singing.
We definitely not letting that play. Copyright. Copyright. You want to play it? Get my headphones. You got to go listen to it with your headphones.
Can't.
Why not?
Because it doesn't have a plug for it.
Trash. You got to go watch that downstairs or something. popping your fingers for?
To fight.
Look, I ain't gonna fight you right now. I'm live streaming.
My phone's dead, so I can't use it.
What? Then go charge it.
I don't know where my charger is.
You better go find it. Wrong.
I don't know where to find it.
That's the point. You gotta go look around. And
Then I won't see it.
trash.
Aziz, look, I have a wiggly too.
Do you now?
Yes.
Interesting.
Didn't you know the Tooth Fairy is real?
The Tooth Fairy's real, you say?
Yes, she is real. Don't think I'm lying.
I ain't say you was.
Can this not attach? Here's my phone. It's a ZTE. Look at this. I turned it on.
Powered by Android.
How do you know it says powered by Android?
Because I can read.
Ew. How come your phone can be destructed?
What?
Destructed.
What do you mean destructed?
Because from this plugger, it goes all the way down here to this.
Yeah, I'm charging it.
Ew. Huh? Did everybody just hear that?
Listen, all these sounds you making right now is all copyright. You need to chill out.
No, I'm not doing it. No.
I ain't trying to get swiped.
Video. If you hear that, yeah, it's dead now.
Go charge it then, homie.
I died. Now, do you understand?
Your dad hides it.
I mean, our dad hides it.
Your then go ask him where it is.
Hey, Dad. Dad. Do you know where you put my charger? Because
as you can see, this is like the real deal sketch because I'm being much more cautious about the proportions of his ears and like the rest of his body essentially, because this is gonna be like where I base the other details off of, so I need to get like everything structurally correct. You found it?
Ow. That really hurts.
What did you hit yourself with?
This.
Oh, the oof. That must have hurt a bit.
Where can I charge this? Ew.
Stop hurting yourself. Stop hurting yourself. Stop hurting yourself.
I can't because that keeps on happening. My body's controlling me now.
Is that so?
That's it. hate doing that. Ow. Excuse me. Aziz,
Yes.
how long is it gonna take for you to do that?
To draw this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Days.
Did you say days?
Yes.
Please, I don't want to be a designer. I'm good at not drawing people now.
You're what?
I used to draw people really weird when I was 5.
Yeah, we've all been there.
You want to know how I did that? So do a clear picture.
You want me to stop sketching so you can show me how you draw? Is that what you're saying? Right now?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think these? Okay. Question:
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all want to see my sister's skill?
Please say yes. Nobody is saying yes.
Well, it's gonna take some time. There's a delay.
Aziz, can I say this? I don't want them to hear it though.
He says to put you on. He says you can draw.
Okay. So let me draw.
All right, hold up. Let me turn on a new layer. There we go.
Okay. So this is how I used to draw. Why is it not coming up?
You have to be quick. Yeah.
This is how I used to draw people, but for now on, this is how I draw people now.
Want me to make the brush bigger?
Yeah. Can you make the brush bigger?
Where were we at? 70? Jeez, this thing's massive.
Ooh,
Okay,
ooh.
maybe that'll work.
No, I want to do a different color, so I want to restart, and I want it to see.
What color do you want?
Hold on, let me erase this stuff first.
Don't worry about that.
I want. There's so many good colors. Tell me a color that really looks good,
That really looks good.
and then I'll tell you if it looks, and I'll tell you if I like it or not. Nope. No. No. Try pink. Light pink. Yes. That looks good. So, I'm going to show you people how I used to I'm going to just like wait for this to come up.
Don't worry about the delay. You just keep going. Because the delay is going to record you waiting for the delay.
Alright. And so I used to go like that. Like. And this. You see what I'm doing? For me, I used to draw like this. I used to, but now on, I realize that you have to go like this.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You forgot to draw the abdomen.
Mm-hmm. And it looks more better like that. I used to go like that. Now you can go back to your drawing.
As you can see, the next Alex Ross. She's I don't know. I feel like she's pretty good at her age. So when she gets to my age, if she keeps this up, she'll probably be better than me. We'll see what happens.
I'm turning 7, and I'm about to be in 1st grade. And who cares? It's April 6th. I don't want to know what to do tomorrow. Probably ask Amy to come to the house.
That's cool.
Amy went to step team this day.
Oh, she had the competition or whatever?
She had step team yesterday and also today. I can't believe it. And she's always busy doing step team. And Sally's busy being the coach.
It's a commitment.
For real, she actually is a coach. Aziz, I hear it saying a little biz. You should line it up so I can hear. I can't hear that little.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't want the volume.
Oh my God, you always say that. Copyright.
No, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say
What?
that the audio, if I hear it, then that means this this mic will hear it, and you will hear it again here, and it will show up on this again, and it will show up on this again, and it will show up on this again, and it will show up continuously. I don't want that feedback loop.
For real, I'm really not excited. Aziz, you know what I really want you to read me?
What do you
A
want?
lullaby.
I don't read lullabies.
Oh my God. What time is it?
Probably like-
11:14?
Is it? Is it really 11:14?
Yes.
Trash.
And Mom and Dad are still up and sleeping.
Why is my phone acting up?
My phone does that too.
Dang, like it's not responding like at all.
I guess the people are not responding. They're probably asleep.
No, it's not the stream. It's
Hey,
the,
no.
It's the phone.
No. You know how you can, because in my class, our library teacher, Mrs. Accardi, she gave us robots with an iPad, and we got to control it. So it's just like the people that work in the phone department control the phone to come on. But now, probably the phone department is closed.
No, Maniam, this is an internal issue. This has nothing to do with networking.
Yes.
The phone itself won't turn on. I don't know why.
Your phone's probably dead. But
That's
your charger's in.
that's literally impossible because I'm charging it.
How come that's weird? It's probably. Let me go get water. I have it.
This is interesting. It's actually stuck.
I'm gonna be
Phone's
back.
actually stuck.
I need to get water. I got hiccups.
Yes, I see.
I'll be
I
back.
hear. These things are kind of weird to me. They're weird because I'm trying to angle them so that it looks like it's encountering a surface below it. I don't want it to look like it's curving into the shield because that wouldn't make sense from a physical point of view. Hello? Ah. It turned back on. That was disgusting. That was a disgusting experience. I don't want to see my phone ever do that again.
just in case if I need hiccups. I mean, if I have hiccups. It's cold.
You don't put that on my arm.
But it's cold.
Exactly.
I'm just letting...
Exactly.
I'm showing it to you. Do you have a marker in here?
A marker?
Mm-hmm.
Drake?
Who's Drake?
You don't know Drake?
No.
The hip-hop artist?
No.
In My Feelings?
I've never seen him.
Kiki, Do You Love Me?
Oh!
Yes, he's the one that made that song. Or at least he's the one who sings in that song. There's a whole production, like, shindig that goes on.
Like some songs and he... Can you call me on my cell phone?
He also did that.
I know he did that. I'm kind of good at bounce.
You can't bounce it in the carpet.
Oh, forgot that.
What you think this is?
Song. Wait, Yin, how come it does that? Oh, I forgot that people don't know what that is. I forgot.
Let me
that.
check the stream again, because...
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Shazam sales are soaring. DC's latest feel-good superhero flick is estimated to earn $51 million from U.S. domestic ticket sales alone this weekend. That's pretty awesome. I'm really happy that...
Sorry.
I'm really happy that Shazam is doing so well.
Aziz, I want to watch the show soon.
Why did you... What's wrong? What happened?
I saw something.
You saw something?
No, I heard it and it was scary.
Man.
It was probably Slayman.
Just be mindful of where you are.
What do you mean mindful?
Be mindful of your surroundings.
So do you mean to be brave?
No, just be observant.
Okay, what does that mean? I have like no idea.
It just means to watch what's going on around you.
Aziz, but I can't see because they go around quick fast.
What college am I going to? I am going to North Carolina State University is my college.
Yes, right. And I once was there, right, Aziz?
Mm-hmm. You went to go visit. You
and
know
I
what?
left my hat there, and we had to go back to where you print stuff. We had to go back to where you print stuff to get my hat.
Mm-hmm.
And then got food. Right, Aziz?
Sure.
Wait, hold on.
So.
Aziz, hold on. Yalla doo doo doo. Yalla doo doo.
You're too close to the mic. You're really loud. When you're that close to the mic, you're really loud. It might hurt someone's ears.
Whose ears?
The people who are listening. Alright, let's do a window capture.
No, I'm getting your thingy so I can know what it smells like.
Ah! Chill out. So, as you can see, I have turned on the window for the
What
Lazy
window?
Nezumi
What window?
Pro window.
This is what window?
This window.
Where is it?
No, you see this, what I'm dragging?
Oh, yeah, that's window.
So the reason why as to I'm turning this on is because I'm going to start using it.
I'm gonna go see Mama.
I feel that it would be useful to have that
Take
for
care
you
of
guys
my
to see
water
what
and
I'm
don't
doing.
drink it. Did you hear me?
Hmm?
Make sure that my water doesn't get drinked.
I'm not interested in drinking your water.
Okay, thanks.
Alright, so we'll turn off the Instagram stuff for now. And we'll put Lazy Nezmi right here. Right here. Yeah. Yeah, we can put it up top right here. That should work. So, Lazy Nezmi is this awesome plugin that you can use for Photoshop. And what it does is it basically helps you with a variety of guides and line work. So say for example, I wanted to do an ellipse. Now an ellipse is very useful for Captain America because of his shield. So what Lazy Nezmi allows me to do is I can go in and be like, alright, hold on, I need to work on Cap's shield, but I suck at ellipses. I could just be like, hey, let me adjust this real quick and work on it. Now I do think there is a way to yes, there it is. I was like, there's a way to adjust it manually. So we can do that. And he's kind of holding it at an angle, so there should be a way to rotate it. If I remember. Is this it? Is it the ooh, there it is. That's the rotation. That's the rotation. Now, another thing I need to think about though is the fact that it is a how do you say? It's in a perspective. So it's not a perfect ellipse. There we go. Perspective ellipse. That's what I was looking for. This allows me to not only create an ellipse, but it allows me to create an ellipse that is in a perspective. And that is what I really want.
I think I heard you.
Heard me will do what?
Talking.
Well, yes.
Ay, I'm a hero.
So yeah, you can see this is much more useful, much more practical. I probably don't want to
Aziz, you can't see it now.
See what?
This. They can't.
Oh, you're totally right. They can't see. They can't see the. Oh.
You see? It's like a turtle.
I don't know what I can do about that though, because.
Just tell them about it. Okay, so you see that
You know what? Okay, so since you can't see it on the stream, what I'll do is, because odds are there will be a live stream of this, or not a live stream, but a time lapse video of this. I will go ahead and like point it out as I'm working on it, because Lazy Nezmi basically allows me to create ellipse patterns and stuff.
I don't want them to hear this now.
What?
As you know, Aziz is like a professional, right?
Am I?
Yeah, you're a professional. Anyways, as you can see that he is still sketching, by the way, and I think he'll color in 1 minute.
It's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be a minute before I color. I'll tell
Okay,
you that much.
so it's gonna be a minute before he colors. And before I tell you this, I want you to like and subscribe, give us a really big thumbs up, and hit the bell, and yeah, we really appreciate it. And 10, 9.
What are you counting down for?
8.
What are you counting down for?
For them to like. 7.
Oh my goodness.
6.
Don't count. Don't pressure them.
5.
What are you doing?
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Done. You better licked it. You know what I mean.
Licked it? What?
I mean, liked it. I'm really not a good movement today. Now, who left a gum wrap in here? Because it was not me. Probably you.
What?
Okay, that was me.
Huh? What?
I just feel like drinking cold water all day.
I like how giant his ellipse is. This is good. This is real good.
I want to try.
You want to try? You want to try and do the ellipse? Okay. since all you have to do is make sure it's lined up. Like, I want you to make the ellipse this big, okay? I want you to line it up.
Wait, I want to see how small it can be.
Okay.
How do you do that, though?
Yeah, like that.
Ooh.
So wherever you want, however big you want the ellipse, that's how big you.
Oh my God!
See. Yes.
How do I put it back? Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my.
So now it shows you, like, see, you just follow it like this. And then boom, makes a perfect one. You gotta follow the line though.
What line?
The curve. You gotta follow the curve.
It does it when I'm not touching it at all.
Yeah, no, it increases, but if you want to hold it, that's when it stops. This must look so awkward on the stream because you can't see the guidelines.
I know.
They can see some of the ellipses, but that's about it.
As you can that is still just a sketch, but the timeline is going slow. I am really doing the what's it called again?
The ellipse.
I'm really doing the ellipse, so I don't know what's going on with the line.
Does your Wacom tablet have a screen, or are you looking at a computer screen? Yeah, I'm looking at my computer screen. My tablet is just a standard graphics tablet. It doesn't.
Wait, you have a tablet?
This is what you're looking at. This is the tablet. It doesn't have a screen. It's a drawing tablet. Yeah, no, it's
Look
a.
how big I did that.
Tablet.
Look how big I did that, Aziz.
Yeah, but are you gonna draw the circle or not?
Draw the circle. How do I do that?
You just draw along the line. Like that, yes. See, keep going, keep going, keep going. Boom. See, you're done. Now it's there.
Aziz, I'm not a really good circler.
A good circle. That's why you have this guy helping you. This ellipse tool. It's real useful for people who can't draw circles.
Good.
Sure.
Let me see this. Well, it's showing you this then. Now. It's showing you this now. Look.
Okay.
I just want more water so I wouldn't feel sick. Who can never go wrong with water? Since this was nobody's water, it was mine then. Aziz, can I draw a heart?
Dre.
Who is Dre? Oh, yeah. What is that?
Water.
No, something in it.
Water.
No, something in it.
What are you talking about?
Except about water.
I don't see nothing.
Okay.
Oh, I do see something. That looked like a particle. This probably came out of your mouth.
Okay. I'm not using it.
Now, interesting thing about this is the problem that comes into play now is the fact that this ellipse. Oh my! What about doing? What have I done? Ooh. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for this perspective. I was looking for this perspective right here.
Let me call my dada. Get it?
No.
Dada. Oh, so you don't get it. Excuse me.
I'm trying to find a way to move it so that it like. Is this it? Is this how you? Nope. There's gotta be a way for me to be able to shift it so that it It goes along with it.
I'm right here to help. Break it out. Break it out. Break it out. Take it out. Trade it out. And I'm feeling it out. After the pieces Friday morning.
Oh wait, never mind. Never mind. I have heard.
Aziz, can I watch Netflix here?
Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix.
Drake?
Stop saying Drake!
It's too funny. That's why.
That's
Alright, well, I'll just turn this back off.
You
And-
always, you said that second actually.
What?
You said that second.
What are you talking about?
Because I heard you say that first.
Hmm.
So that is second. Ladybug.
What I was trying to do was basically create the curve for Captain America's shield because it's not perfectly like where you saw like my guide basically followed like center, but in reality Captain America's shield has a curve to it, so these wouldn't actually respond like this.
Aziz, what?
Hmm?
Look.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that?
Probably not. Yeah. Okay, so that roughly follows it again. So what I'm gonna try and do, I suppose, is I don't know. I basically have to relocate this, but I feel like there's a way to do it, but it's just I'm oblivious to that right now. There's definitely got to be a way to do it. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. A word? Hold on. That's pretty dope. Look what's happening here. It's allowing me to draw based off the perspective. Okay. That might help.
Can we hear this from away?
What?
All the way through here?
Probably.
Oh.
Probably.
That's a long show. Ow!
You good?
No, my toe's not good, but I'm good, but my toe's not good. My daddy toe's not good. Real, it's not good.
Unfortunate.
Ooh. Shake. Aziz, see this? See it?
Sure.
Now you don't.
Good lord. What have you done?
You see it?
What have you done?
You see it?
I can't believe you've done this.
Aziz, now close your eyes. Now you don't.
Good lord, I still see it.
How do you? How come?
Because you ain't hide it real properly, that's why.
Okay, you see it? You see it?
Yeah.
See it?
Yeah.
Okay, close your eyes. Look at
I
it.
see it, bro.
How
I
come?
see behind you, bro. You can't hide from me. You can't
You
hide
see
from
it?
me.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
And close your eyes for 5 minutes.
5 minutes? I gotta draw. What you mean 5 minutes? Get out of here. Get out of here. 5 minutes.
I know what 5 minutes is like.
So,
5 minutes is like 1 more minute.
so you understand the circumstance. You understand why I can't do this for 5 minutes then. Is that what you're telling me?
You always act funny.
So?
Now let's do some TikTok.
Alright, that's a little bit better. It's not the best.
Aziz, you know I got you in this one so good.
What?
I
What are you
got you
talking
in this TikTok so good.
What did I tell you about copyright? 5 seconds is death for me. Okay, there's that curve I was talking about. That curve is here. The curve is here. The champ is here. This is the Avengers fan art drawing of all time. I gotta make it. I gotta make it look good.
The ground. Hey, stay right there where you are. Aziz, wanna play this game?
Nope.
Why?
Cause I'm trying to win.
Win what?
The end game.
Win what?
I'm trying to win the end game.
What do you mean the end game?
I'm trying to win the end game.
What do you mean the end game?
The end game.
Yeah, what is the end game?
Don't worry about it.
What do you mean don't worry about it?
I just don't.
Okay. As you say so. Please don't tell me that I'm on a kite. Oh my god, where did all these car comes from? Just kidding, those are trucks. Those are cars. I got a baseball. Ooh, we going hallelujah today. I now have a baseball to use. This is awesome. Boom. Hey. Boom. Hey. Mommy be put. They're right there.
Tony Stark shouldn't be as big as Cap. That's for sure. His back shouldn't be that far out.
fell through the steps?
How?
You know, by climbing up the steps.
Trash.
I give love to all of my people. All people need love, so I give all of my people. My people need love. Oh no! Of her jumping into the pool and screaming on it, that is not good. Oh my god. She opened on a watermelon. I was thinking that you were done already.
I'm not even close.
Okay.
Copyright, copyright. Thank you, Storm. Glad you could pop in.
Aziz, look.
What's that?
She fell into the water. Into her pool.
Interesting. Now, if I do remember correctly, I feel like Hawkeye's messing around with our recursive bow. But we can double check just to make sure. His arm is here, so his hand would be around here. Next to his face. Somewhere around there. That's where we can have the string draw. Well, I feel like if you are willing to put the effort required and you see it as a way of having fun, I feel like you could get this good. But you gotta like want it. You have to like really want it. Fortunately, I've wanted this for a long time, so I was able to work on it, but yeah. I'm trying to have his arm match up to where I want his arrow to point. Am I doing this without reference? At the moment, yes. I'm not using a reference. I'm kind of hoping for the best that I'm keeping the body proportions accurate. Like right now, I'm looking at like Cap's arm and it's just like a little bit iffy. Oh, thanks. Yeah, yeah. Watch whenever time you feel. Watch the whole channel. I appreciate it though. Alright, man. See you later.
Speaking of which, I love pillows.
Where's your phone? This switch actually. Where's your phone? Okay,
That burp is now on my chat.
Are you serious? Is it? Oh no, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
looks like we did the body figures. That is a good place to, I would say stop. I might, like, for 1 hour, do the rest of this on Twitch, but then after that I'm going to sleep. So I'll go ahead and end this here. Like I said, I'll have the latter part up on twitch.com. So I'll send you guys a link to that. The remainder of this. Twitch.tv. That's Z Drones. Okay. Alright. And then I'll go ahead and cut off the Twitch, the stream here so we can go on Twitch.